Friends, welcome back. In this video, I'd like to continue our Natas series from where we left off. Without further ado, let's just get started. We can switch over to the Kali Linux VM. I've already opened up this site, Overthewire. You know, this is so fantastic, which can provide us a lot of practice in the field of web application security. And we can copy this URL and put into the address bar. And I'd like to replace 0 by 11. And the username should be Natas 11. And we can copy the password from my notebook and paste into the password field, sign in. Okay, so cookies are protected with XOR encryption. So I think this challenge has a lot to do with the cookies and also the XOR encryption. And we can set the color. For example, can we change any? You know, this stands for the hex format of the color, and we can set color. As you can see, the background, the color of the background has been changed. So for us, our objective is to get the password for the next level. And we can check its source code as usual. Cookies are protected with XOR encryption and nothing interesting. And we can view source code. Sorry, I need to, maybe I can open link in new tab. So I think, yeah, this page contains a lot of code besides some links, some JavaScript links, and also the CSS links. Our focus should be the PHP part of this code. And so here, as you can see, define the variable, and the type of this variable should be array. And this array has two elements. The first one, the key name is show password. So it means that, you know, the no means will not show password. And the background, the color. And next, define 1, 2, 3 functions. Of course, functions will not be executed until they are called. And then, yeah, here we'll start the actual execution. So we'll execute the function load data, and the parameter, we need to pass the default data here, and we'll return the data. And so this should be, I think this should be the array, right? Because here the original value is this one, and this is the array. And also next default, okay, and here some conditional. If array, this array contains key, and the key name is background color, and the request, I think request should be, you know, this one. Okay, so request parameter, if is, and then we'll do the regular expression match if has, and then the data, this array, the key should be, you know, so it means that we can change the background color. To be honest, I'm not concerned with the background color. I want to retrieve the password for the next level, and then we'll run or execute the next function, this function is actually set cookie, and the cookie is key pair, right? This is the key name, and this is the value, and we'll do some operation like we'll encode, we'll do the JSON encoding, meaning that we'll convert the array to the JSON format, and then we'll do the XOR. So this is the, of course, this one is a standard function, standard PHP function, but this one is custom function. And what this function does, you can take a look at this section or this block. So the key, XOR means, so maybe I'd like to open up another tab. XOR means XOR 0, and in this case would be, would be the 1, and if the matches or the same, we'll get the 0, and the 1 XOR 1, and we'll get the 0 as well. One. So, for example, maybe like the first column or first input is plain text, and then this should be the key, and then we can get the cipher. So this is the one means of encryption. And also, but in some case we don't know the key. We get both the cipher and the plain text, and we can use the same operation XOR to get the key. I think you can know what it does, what it will do. Okay, even you're not sure about this, you can use Google to make some research. Let's go back and let's scroll down. Here, I think this is the first important piece of the code. So here, if the data, I think this data is array. And if the data has the key, the show password, and the value for this key is yes, and then the password will be printed out, right? So this is what we are going to do. And so maybe I can, if we want to get the password, and then we need to get the data. Okay, get the data password, show password, and also we need to set this this value to yes, otherwise the password will not be printed out. Okay, and go back. However, if you want to get the data, we need to, I think this should be the data, right? We need to run this function, so we can copy the function, and this function gets two input. The first one is cookie. Of course, the cookie we can get from the developer 2 of the browser, and another is this one, default data. Yeah, this one, and it will do some calculations or operation. So I think just now, and to set the, so I think now the cookie or the default value, and I think this one we cannot change or modify, right? However, we can manipulate this cookie. So it means that we need to manipulate the cookie, manipulate the cookie, and then we can get the password. Okay, let me repeat this process again. To get the password, we need to, get this data, and this data should have key, show password, and the value for this key should be yes. Otherwise, the password for the next level will not be printed out. And to get this data value, we need to execute this command, not command, this function. This is the custom function, and this function takes two input, or takes two value, and then make some operations. For example, as you can see here, the cookie and also the default data. And then, for example, can do like, can do the base decode, and also can do the, XOR, encrypt, and then, so, after some operations, we can get the, this data. And because I think this one we cannot change. However, to get the password, the only possible way or vector is to change the cookie or manipulate the cookie. And to obtain this objective, we need to know how the cookie is created. Okay, so now we can go back. And the cookie, I think this is the function to create the cookie. And the cookie, the key, the cookie is keep here, right? And this is the key name, and this is the, I think this should be the operations, combinations of several operations. So the cookie is created by this combination of functions or operations. For example, we need to take this input, and this input should be what? This one, save data. Yes, save data should be here. So this data should be from the load data function, okay? And then we'll do the encoding, JSON encoding. This should be the array. And by this function, we'll convert array to the JSON format string. And then we'll do the, encryption with XOR operation, XOR, whatever you call it or pronounce it. And then we'll do the encoding. So I think to do this, of course, now the function we know. The one thing we didn't know yet is for this function to execute, we need to have a key. But at this moment, we do not have a key, right? And so how to do? To manipulate if we can know the key, and then we can use this method to generate the cookie. Okay, I think, or I hope I have already made it clear. So now the big challenge for us is to find out the key. Just I mentioned earlier, because, for the XOR operation or encryption, if we can get any two type, any two data, and then we can get another. For example, if we can get the cipher data, a cipher, and also the plain text, and then we can calculate the key. Okay, so this is what we are going to do, because the cipher, as you know, the cipher here is, we have already got this cipher, right? And this is the, of course, we need to do some first of all, we need to decode this data. And after we decode this part, this, I'd like to make a copy. I hope, I want, yeah, this one should be equal to this one. So here, this one, now we can get this data, and maybe I go back here. You can open up the inspect and go to storage. So this is the data, right? Of course, this is the URL encoded, and we need to decode, and you can paste in here, and we can use the URL and decode, and so this is this part we can copy. So now the data is, we have already know the data, and we need to, the next, of course, the first layer is decode. So we can decode base, decode, okay, and then also this one we know this is the plain text. So what's the plain text? So this should be the key, and do the XOR, and with the plain text. And the plain text should be this one. We can copy. And we can use the JSON encode. And this should be default value, should be this one. We can copy from here. Okay, so I think we can, we know the process behind this thing, and now we can do the XOR to get the key, okay, or reverse XOR operation. So let me do it in practice, and we can use the online compiler, PHP compiler, to do. And for example, we can here, and we can copy from. So this should be the default value, and we can paste in here, and the original string should be, yeah, like this one. We need to encode, and the default data, okay. And the cookie, now we have already know this part, and also we know this, right? So we can, so the cookie or cipher string should be this one. We can use the base 64 decode. I think I've already explained it a bit clearly, okay? And now we can paste in here. So how about the cookie? Cookie should be here. We can copy, or maybe I already, yeah, we can copy from here, and we can use single quotes, and then we can make XOR operation. And so how to do? So how to do? We can use the echo, and we can copy here, and then we can run it. So I think we have already got a key. I think the key has repeated several times, and this is what this function do. I think this meaning, right? This is the some sort of the algebraic operation, okay? So now we can copy, we can copy this key. Now that we have already got the key, next we need to manipulate the cookie. So how to generate the cookie? We can repeat this step. We can remove. So what I'm doing, we can remove, and we can copy this part. We can copy. Okay, and then can paste in here. The key we have already retrieved should be this one. And the text should be this one. We can copy from here. Of course, we need to convert to the JSON data. And now we can use the function JSON encode. So this will convert the array to the JSON string, JSON format string. Of course, we need to modify no to yes. Okay. And I think, all right, also I forgot this one. And the next, we need to, as you can see over here, we need to make encoding base 64 encodes. And we can copy, and we can press run. Hopefully, as you can see, we got the manipulated cookie, and we can copy it and then go back to the site, and we can replace this value and reload. As you can see, we successfully retrieved the password for the next level. We can copy, and we can paste in here. All right, so that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.